Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It is lovely to be back again with you. And if you could give me a sound and vision check, I would be truly thankful. And thank you for that, dear Tom. And now we light our candle for global peace. And as we light this flame, we do so in love. We offer it as a gift of love to our beloved Father, Mother, God Supreme, to Our Lady of the Isles, to dear and beloved Mother Earth, to the animal kingdom who give us so much, to the elements, to the gift of silence, to the gift of solitude. We light this flame as a token of our deep love and respect for the sacred, for the living presence of the Supreme in all of creation. And now let us come into the presence of God, and let us relax and be still in the silence of these 30 minutes. And we welcome all our brothers and sisters, and we welcome with a grateful heart for dear brother Tom and sisters Eleanor and Elizabeth, who gave of their love, who gave of their heart to continue connecting with all hearts, seeking a window into the Supreme, an opportunity not to be missed. So what we do now is not for our vainglory, it is for the glory of God. It is for the Supreme, the I Am Presence, the one who is, the one who was, and the one who is to come. So let us listen in the silence and reawaken the divine within our hearts. And as we relax, we allow the Spirit of God, the Spirit not of religion, the Spirit of selfless love, reawaken our hearts to all that is beautiful, to all that is sacred, and to all that is precious within us. Let us this night and in the coming 7 nights retreat from the drama of the world, the dramas of our life, and come in a spirit of Franciscan love and reawaken our hearts to a simpler way of living, to retreat from the egoic self, where its many voices can sometimes lead us astray and take us off our paths. Let us be mindful of the gift of Spirit, our inner truth. And as we relax, let us call on the company of heaven, the angels and archangels, the messengers of the Supreme, for they represent not religion, they represent the mystical heart of a loving God. And they are here. They are here to walk with us in our weariness, in our tiredness, in those moments when all is dark and the sight of the divine and the supreme are very far from us, and we feel we are alone in our journey, struggling to make sense of what is happening in our life. But now we take heart and we use the gift of free will, a precious gift. It's the gift of sonship and daughtership to the heart of God. And now let us call on the Supreme. Let us call on our spiritual teachers, the Lord Buddha, the Lord Sananda, Jesus the Christ, Lord Vishnu, Ganesh, Krishna, Mia Baba, Sri Chimoy, Francis. Let us call on the wise ones who have not forsaken us. For if truth be told, it is we who forsake the wisdom of the ancients. So let us come and let us be touched by the love of the Supreme. I invite us now to focus on our in-breath, that first breath, our sacred breath. And as we enter a new day, a new dawn, a new beginning of spiritual awareness, let us know in the very essence of who we are, that we are a beloved of God, that we are truly a child of God, and that we are loved, that we are loved. And though the voices in our head try to convince us that we are unreachable, that we are unlovable, that we are hopeless, useless, and there is no point in retreating from the egoic mind to come back to one's sacred heart and embrace the divine. Let us use this time, a time of rebirthing the very essence of who we are as a beloved of God. And let us not play games with those many voices that convince us that we are always right when we may be wrong, as I discovered for myself in retreating many, many miles from here, that took many hours of traveling to find one's true self. And it took several days to finally connect with one's divine oneness, where those many voices were so real, so shockingly real, where they convince you that you are beyond surrendering the heart, the evil one. And then you're left in the depths of the dark night of the soul, where you feel and sense there is no point or purpose of living. And those voices really do come with a negative energy that rape your very soul. And when we retreat from those voices, when we honor them by blessing them and releasing them to the I Am presence, a stillness comes over us. And there's an inner voice that finally gets through. And for me, it wasn't until the 5th day of 9 days So let us now find that inner voice that is of love, that affirms us, that we are not a nobody, that we truly are a somebody in the eyes of God. We are a beloved child of God. Reflect now on those very words. I am a beloved of the Supreme. I am who am. I am who am a beloved of the Supreme. And as you reflect, allow the essence and energy of those words resonate. I am who am a beloved child of God, a beloved who is accepted as we are. So instead of feeling we are a non-entity in the kingdom of God on earth, we are an entity of love. An entity of love. Allow me share with you a quote that hit me hard on that 5th day of 9 days of soul searching to find out who am I, to find out who is Sean. And I ringed the words, and as I opened the little book, before I did, I prayed with all my heart, in my desolation, in my despair, in my suffering. I shouted to God, please, speak with me. Allow me hear your voice. Allow me make sense of why I live this life. why I ache so much for you, why I thirst so much for your love. And yet I don't feel your love, but I know it's there. Speak, Lord. And I got this. You will have learned that you can be serene when there is so much to do, and that you can be fretful and burdened when there are few calls upon you. All depends upon the degree of harmony with myself. Be faithful in the important things, with no fussiness beyond what is reasonable. Just your clear duty of the moment. I make myself dependent upon your faith and upon your concern for others at the human level. Even when much is uncertain or threatening, know that you are much used because of my molding of you. As you give to others, I recharge you, which is why you experience a sense of refreshment after I have met someone's need through you. And the words that really hit me hard: let me develop in you the gift of uplifting others simply by your presence. Simply by your presence. Cultivate the will to show love, even at times when your own heart may be breaking. Please allow me read those few words again. Let me develop in you the gift of uplifting others simply by your presence, simply by being who you are, by not being false, by not being pretentious or covetous, greedy, manipulative, controlling. Be yourself. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. Powerful words. And then the Christ spoke in simple terms, as he always does. Cultivate the will to show love, even though you don't feel like it, even though you're in the pits of the dark night of the soul. Cultivate the will to show love, especially to those who have wronged you, who've misjudged you, who have threatened you, and those whom you have threatened, whom you have wronged, whom I have wronged, and they are many, even at times when your own heart may be breaking. And the words from Isaiah, that beautiful prophet: you are my servant and will bring glory to my name. These words are your words too. I share them with you so that you can experience for yourself that homecoming, that sense of ownership, that sense of belonging You are my servant and will bring glory to my name. I want us to stay with that, because I need to stay with that. I can't move on to anything else, because I know I have waited 63 years to hear those words, and I ain't pushing them under the carpet or back on the bookshelf. I need to relive them. I need them to become my life, my armor, my breastplate. And I pray that they will become yours too. And if you are searching for a meaning and a purpose to your life, or if you feel the dark night has got a grip of your spiritual path, and you're struggling to understand who you are, as I have done so many times, those words say it all. And if they don't speak to you, then blessed be. Let us listen for the voice of Spirit. And let us allow them touch us. Let us picture now the cosmic prize standing before us, arms outstretched, as you would greet a friend that you haven't seen in such a very long time. There's a part of you that wants to reach out, but another voice is saying, stand back, hold back. They may not like you. That's the inner voice of the Antichrist. But when we look into the eyes of the Beloved, we see and sense the language of love. You are my servant. You bring glory to my name by being who you are, by accepting who you are, anointed and appointed by God. And here we have to truly, truly be honorable and truthful and try and see what the Christ sees. He doesn't see our sexuality. He doesn't see our religious belief. He doesn't see the designer clothes, the jewelry, the shoes, the fabulous hairdo, the expensive whatever, the posh car, the status symbols and prestige. No. He's looking at my heart. He's looking at your heart. And he's falling in love with what he sees in you and me. Let's allow him come close. Let's allow him touch us. Let us feel his gentle hand on our heart chakra, so that we can release to him now our burdens, our guilt, our unresolved conflict, our doubts, our fears, our indecisiveness. And let us see in his eyes what he is saying to us using silence. Let us hear his voice, his words, for they are truth, and they are life, and they are all I live for. And I pray that sums up who you are. So let us allow the Christ draw us closer and closer and hold his heart to our heart. Let us sense the heartbeat of God connect with our heartbeat. And let us hear those words. You give glory to my name, for I have loved you with an everlasting love. You are mine. These are the words I leave with you. And these are not my words. These are the words of the Beloved, who is searching and seeking those whom he loves, and especially those who've been rejected by religion, by society, who are the marginalized in our nonsensical world. So let us take these words and let them become alive by feeding them love. And the mantra I leave you: I am who am. I am a beloved of God. You are a beloved of God. You, yes, you who have joined me in this recording, you too are a beloved of God, not religion, God, the language of love. And where two people love one another, regardless, God is present. And where God is present, there is love, there is light, there is the prayer of blessing. And we hold this flame, this simple flame, to a Creator God Goddess, in the presence of Gaia, Kuan Yin, Magdalena and Isis and Mother Mary, and the whole company of heaven. And we say, Father, Mother, God Supreme, we offer you all that we are, all that we could be, all that you want us to be. Namaste. Shalom. Inshallah. Hac sed bonum shanti, solo di caritas, peace. And on that note,